Hi, and thank you for tuning in for the very first episode of Conscious Awakening. I really wanted to do this podcast to help me grow and to help you grow, and really just have conversations with people that I've been having within the past couple months on the start of my spiritual journey. And forgive me for my scatterbrainness or any audio and visual hiccups that will happen in the first few episodes, because this is still a big learning process for me. So yeah, please bear with me. But I hope you enjoy the episodes, and let me know if you ever have any questions in the comments, wherever this one may be posted, because I'm still figuring that out because I'm a procrastinator. Okay, have fun. Enjoy your first episode. I'm recording the video. Okay, I guess this is happening.
I'm recording video too.
Oh, yay.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to my first episode of Conscious Awakening. Woo! Today we have Mr. Perris Aquino. I need to check my levels. This is my first time doing audio, so please bear with me. But yeah, welcome, Mr. Perris Aquino.
Hi, Mrs. Rosemary. I'm Perris. Nice to meet you guys, and nice to meet you too.
Wait, two again.
Again.
Because past lives.
Yeah. You've been here before.
All right. Well, today Perris is here, and there goes a bird. Today Perris is here to talk about awakening. So tell me, what is your definition of being awakened?
I would say, I guess my definition of being awakened would be being awakened to yourself. And to every individual, that means something different. For me, like, there were different stages, different things that I've awakened to in my life. That would be like my awakening to the love of myself. That happened through, like, over the course of going through a lot of like skin diseases and like health problems at a young age, and like going through all that kind of physical pain, not being able to be around other kids my age growing up. That put me in a place where I was like kind of forced to be in a room stuck with my own thoughts and my own self. And what that did was I woke up to myself, where I was facing like all the deep aspects of like the hatred I had or the fear that I had existing within me. And then there's another part of my awakening where like I started to embrace more of my multi-dimensional nature, where I would like see things like spirits or ghosts or astral projection. That's kind of my awakening that I consider to be where I started to embrace that there are just things in this world that we don't fully understand. Other things like awakening to the love that other people are, forgiving of myself, forgiving of other people too. And yeah, that would be like my definition. It's really, there are different levels, different expressions of awakening that we can all go through.
See, and I love that, because I feel like awakening is so, I don't know, loosely used nowadays. Because some people say that I'm awakened, some people say I'm not awakened, some people say I'm there. So I'm like, I don't know, am I awakening? And then I question myself. Yeah. But the fact that you say there's different kinds of awakening makes me be like, okay, I'm here awakened certain aspects of my life. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know, I love that. Because you told me that the other day, and I was like, say that on the podcast.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of pulling from when we were talking in the crystal shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what crystal shop was that?
Karma Connection. Go check them out. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. That's where I did a lot of my exploring.
Yeah, and me too. That's where everything started for me. I met like the first people that I truly resonated with, like other starseeds, or basically people who were just into all this kind of stuff, like meditation and like multi-dimensions, galactic stuff. Yeah. I have a question for you.
Oh, okay.
Do you feel like in your own space that you're awakened? Like,
I feel like I am awakened in love and unconditional love, but definitely not awakened what you were saying, like about seeing spirits or ghosts, mm-hmm. or just other beings. But I'm starting, and I kind of started questioning myself more about that because of you. Because, mm-hmm. Okay, so my story. Oh wait, I'll ask you how you got awakened at first for the whole beings or mm-hmm. spirits and all that. But my version of awakened that just happened recently was when you.
So Perris, I finally met Perris in a park, yoga, because Carolina invited me. Shout out to Carolina. And he literally just went up to me and he was like, "You have Lemurian Atlantis energy." And I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?" So yeah, that was just, I question a lot of things. I also have a lot of thoughts. And so I was like, I really want to know what that means. So I'm Googling everything and I'm like, I really want to know what this means. And so yeah, at Karma Connection, it just all led into another. And then I met Kim, who talked more about it. And fuck, where was I going with that? So yeah, that's my, I don't know. I feel like I'm still working my way towards it. But I just definitely know when it comes to love, I definitely am awakened because I have such a different perspective on love compared to other people.
I feel the same.
Yeah. And whenever everyone asks me about Apollo and I'm like, oh, I don't know how to explain this.
Yeah,
like,
I understand. Like the moment that you described it to me, I also kind of like,
yeah,
I get it.
You resonated with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'd also like to say something, like just the fact that you are starting to question everything, like everything that you hear, you question, and I feel that that's one of the signs of someone who is going through an awakening process is that when you start, like the moment you start questioning everything, I feel is the moment that you start waking up to like more of the potential reality that we can experience for ourselves. Like when I was younger too, when I was like 12, I grew up in a Christian church, and growing up in that Christian church, like I was taught that everyone who isn't in the church is going to go to hell. And I'm going to go to hell if I don't go to church. And it's our duty to save other people, to bring people into the church. And I don't know, I just never really resonated with that kind of philosophy. And there are deeper aspects to religion that just never really resonated with me. And at 12 years old, that's when I really started to question all that stuff. It's like, why is everyone else going to go to hell? Like, they didn't do anything wrong.
yeah, what was I doing when I was 12?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, ever since I was young, I just always had a desire to find more answers to who I was and why things were the way they were and why I didn't feel like I belonged anywhere and things like that. And also, how you say that you're awakened to love and like that different kind of expression, that different dimension of love that you experience, I feel that that's also a vital like sign that someone is going through an awakening process, is realizing that unconditional love that we all are and loving people in a way of no expectation, but just like, wow, you're a beautiful person, and like we're here in this moment now, we're sharing love, we're sharing like a human connection, and that's one of the most important things to realize, because that type of unconditional love and understanding, acceptance of all things is it's something that transcends into other dimensions of awareness, other dimensions of awakening. Like when you start to, like if you start to interact with like multidimensional beings, for example, it's all like unconditional love. Whether we attract like a scary entity or a benevolent entity or a being that wants to guide us, like everything that we attract to us is meant to teach us something. And that's a lesson that's learned in our physical lives, just from meeting and interacting with humans, like normal people. And those kinds of foundational lessons learned in our human life are the same, they're synonymous as we go up into like higher dimensions of exploration, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Yeah.
That makes sense to me. But what was it? I was saying something in my head when you were saying that, and then I completely lost it.
I'm sorry, was I talking too much?
No, you weren't talking too much.
Okay.
But what was the other thing? Yeah, going back to questioning everything, the reason I feel like I'm so awakened is because I've been through a bunch of breakups. I've been through a lot of depression because of breakups. So
That
I'm like,
definitely
why do I keep going through this cycle?
Yeah.
And the fact that I did question myself now led me to there, but it definitely took a while. Oh, I remember now, awakening doesn't happen overnight. It definitely takes a long journey. I mean, you're still on your journey.
Well, it'll be an infinite journey, because we're infinite, so there's a lot to explore. Yeah.
So going back to what a starseed is, what is a starseed?
Okay, so in my reality and the way that I've learned what a starseed is, it's basically a consciousness that is incarnated onto this planet, onto Earth, that originates from like a different star system. So like you have Pleiadian starseeds, you have Arcturian starseeds, you have people from Sirius and all that stuff. And typically a starseed, when they incarnate here, they feel different. Like they don't feel like they really belong in like normal human consciousness or society and things like that. And I feel that there are a lot of us, I feel that a lot of us feel this way. And this is kind of where it goes into like different types of awakening too. Like I awoke into being a starseed like 2 years ago when I first found Karma Connection. I met other starseeds.
Same.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel that the purpose of a starseed, all of us really as human beings, like this, and starseed is also kind of another label that we can just attach to things, just to kind of give things a little bit of categorization so we can learn and understand, but there's a point where these labels also fall away and we just realize everything is connected. But in my reality, what I've learned what a starseed is basically someone who comes here to change the consciousness of the planet by simply being ourselves. Like that's the essential, I feel one of the most important lessons that we've come here to learn is to remember the importance of just being ourselves. And as we share our stories, as we share our perspectives, that is what makes change, you know? Like I feel not from like an ego, like, oh, I need to change the world, I'm meant to save the world and it's all up to me, but more like every day we change the world. Every day we make change as we share our stories, as we build up courage to be more of ourselves and to share that freely with other people.
And it doesn't happen with a lot of people at the same time. It's just one person at a time, or maybe like a couple at a time, like what happened last night. Oh man, we had a crazy experience at Joshua Tree last night. Oh my God, it was amazing. We were all sitting at the bonfire. Ooh, it was so magical. I can't.
Yeah. I love meeting complete strangers and then just having like extremely deep connections, extremely deep experiences with people who are just also on that same wavelength, who are open to like going there with people. Or even if they're not open, it just happens and then everyone's just like going for the ride and not like I'm stepping out. Or it's just like we're here, let's do this together. And complete strangers, but like I feel that's how we find our soul family too, is like when we have the courage to again be ourselves, and then the people who accept it, and like it wakes everyone up, and then we're all just like in that energy of love, and it's wonderful.
I forget,
so many stories.
I forget that like you don't know anyone except me.
Yeah, you're the only person I knew prior to.
And that's what's beautiful, and I feel like that's what the world needs. Like we're just so caught up of like, oh, it's a stranger. Oh no, I shouldn't talk to them. But I'm like, how are you supposed to have friends if you don't talk to a stranger? We're all reflections of each other, and that's one of the things that like I've learned in my journey too. Shout out to David, because meeting him, like as soon as I met him, I felt like a connection to him. He's standing right there. But yeah, as soon as I met him, I felt like a connection to him, and then later on throughout the day, we were able to connect a little bit more, and I understood why. It's because we kind of come from similar backgrounds and we kind of think the same way about things, but like when we get in touch with our intuition, that's just a natural thing. And again, realizing that everyone's a reflection of ourselves. There's reasons why the people we come into contact with come into our space. It's because there's something within them that also exists within us. And Yep, you and David are old souls. So what is an old soul?
An old soul is an old soul.
An old soul.
Yeah. I mean, you could be you could be like 17. Like I know like 7, 8, 9-year-olds who are extremely wise for their age. Like I feel like a soul that has been on the human plane or existed in this like planetary consciousness for a while, like have lived multiple lives here, and it's just very wise for their age really. I feel like that's what an old soul is. And then you got the young souls. Like sometimes I feel there are some instances where like we have our families, and we as the children, I speak to the other children of families, which is kind of everyone, but we as the children, sometimes we may feel like even older than our parents. And then our parents may feel like younger than us. I don't know, it's a strange thing, but I've had a lot of conversations with people about that too.
I feel older than my family.
Yeah, just the different paradigms of thought that we exist in. It's like, I don't know, so much more open. I feel old souls are much more open-minded to different ways of thinking, different ways of being and accepting and all that.
I feel like I'm an old soul. I don't know.
I think you're an old soul.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd say you're an old soul.
I don't know.
I feel that the people who are drawn to...
Sorry, David just like...
I think there was like a bug.
There's
like,
a bug.
Trying to eat him.
Wait, did we say where we are?
Oh, we're in Zzyzx.
So we're in Zzyzx, California. So if you ever, I mean, we have a lot of Vegas friends, but if you're always driving to LA, you know, there's that sign. It's like Zzyzx. Yeah. So this is Zzyzx. Well, part of Zzyzx.
This is like the back building.
Yeah, the back abandoned building. There used to be old pools here. I forgot what it used to be, but there's also an oasis. It's actually a research center for CSU. So yeah, come by. You need to go off road just a little bit, but it's not not that much.
Yeah, thanks for taking us here, Rosemary.
Yay,
like you took
thank
us
you for
all on
having
an amazing journey.
Yay.
Just for the past 2 days. I feel like, yeah, it's wonderful. My
Yeah.
first time here.
And at Joshua Tree. Wait, no, not at Joshua Tree, but
My second
camping.
time in Joshua Tree.
That was your first time
That was my first time
camping.
camping, and that
Yeah.
that's freaking amazing. I'm
Yeah.
always gonna remember that night.
I just always want to go to new places. I feel like my audio is not right now. I feel like I'm so distant. Yeah, well, this is my rig. I really don't know what I'm doing, but yeah, I guess it's still working. So I'm not really good at speaking, and that's the one thing that I'm realizing through this journey is that I've always asked myself, why am I not that good at speaking, or at least to my standards? And it's just, I don't know, it's just how I am. And I mean, it's a skill that I definitely have to work on. But like another part that I realized through my journey is that when I connect to spirits, it's through writing, which is why if you follow me on Instagram, I've been posting a lot of automatic journaling, which is just literally just me writing and not stopping.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I really like those posts.
Oh,
They're
thanks,
cool.
man. Yeah, a lot of people have reached out to me and have said, dude, I really needed that. Like, dude, you've been writing so many vulnerable posts, and I love that. I'm like, yeah, more people do that.
Yeah. And that's how it was for me too. Like I first started writing and sharing my vulnerability through that, and then over time I learned to speak, and yeah. So that's cool that like you're on that journey of like, just sharing
you're
that
pretty
vulnerability.
eloquent.
I'm pretty eloquent.
You're pretty eloquent.
Thank you. I try to
You're
be.
welcome.
I love talking like this. It makes me sound
Yeah.
more
yes.
eloquent.
Yes. We'll just start talking in the British accent.
All right.
Oh my God.
I might not want to offend people.
No, I don't. I don't either.
That.
Sorry. Awkward. That was a very awkward impression of a British accent.
I was actually told by someone from the UK that my accent was actually pretty good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wonder
But I'll
what
stop anyway. Yeah.
I wonder what Complexion will say.
Moving on.
Shout out to Complexion. You played like 5 mixes on his road trip.
Yeah, we've been listening to you, man, for this whole trip,
Literally,
basically.
the entire trip.
Yeah.
So hold on, wait, here's some notes. I'm running out of questions because my brain is all over the place.
Okay.
So do you believe that more people are becoming awakened
Yes.
today?
Absolutely. And I think it's also, like, it also comes to the reality that we choose to live in, because I know people who believe that consciousness, or not even just consciousness, but like the world is like at a decline in consciousness. It's at a decline in like love, and we're becoming even more separated. But then there's other people who live in the reality that they choose of like the world is changing. The world is developing in love a lot more. We're becoming even more connected and more self-aware of ourselves and our surroundings too. And yeah, so personally, I would say yes, absolutely. Like with all these new consciousness movies coming out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or even The Matrix. Like Matrix is a documentary.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Matrix is a documentary.
I need to rewatch it. I watched it when I was like 10. I don't remember anything, but
Yeah, but like movies like Interstellar or Lucy, or what else is there?
Doctor Strange?
Doctor
I
Strange.
mean, that's
oh my
not a
God,
movie,
I
but-
love Doctor Strange is a movie.
Wait, it is a movie?
Yeah.
Oh, just
They
kidding.
just made a
I've
movie of
obviously
it.
watched it.
Yeah, even kids movies like Inside Out, or even Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like there's so many conscious concepts in these things, like chakras or energy, or just like we're all connected in some kind of way, past lives. Like all this stuff is kind of thrown right in our faces, and through our creativity, through these movies. And I feel like that alone is a sign that things are changing, and
yeah.
a lot of us are waking up to the magic that life can be. Not just like, oh, I need to go to school, like go to work, get a family, get a job, and make money, and that's happiness. I feel a lot of us are starting to wake up to our own definitions of happiness, our own like heart of what happiness means to us as individuals too.
So what advice would you give to somebody who would say, oh, or not say, but won't look within, or will refuse to look in?
What advice?
Yeah.
The advice I would say to those who are like afraid of looking within, is that what you said? Well, it's worth it. And I would also say that like, I know it's scary. I know it's so scary to look to the deeper aspects of who you are and really face all those belief systems that were programmed into us ever since we were young. Like everything from like why we judge people the way we do, or like why we may have like racism that exists within our belief system, or like a fear of getting hurt by just even connecting with another person at all, and even just having a
Yeah.
little conversation that goes past surface level talk, like, oh, how's the weather, you know? And it's scary, but as you start to face those deeper aspects of yourself and get more in tune with who you truly are as a person, and not be kind of like a robot just walking around and like almost doing what it's told and thinking the way your surroundings want you to think and thinking for yourself like that. I feel that once you wake up to the self, like yourself, that is so important, and it just, life becomes so much more fulfilling because you're then living in your heart, your own heart, and nobody else's. And when you manifest a reality of your heart, it's like things are so much more fun. It's within the realm of your own excitement and not what other people like push onto you, what other people shove onto you, and all those fears of like new things. I embrace new things, I embrace challenges, and I embrace anything that like challenges a way that I previously was before. Change is the only constant, and I feel that to embrace that is one of the biggest pieces of advice that I can give, is like, be open to growing, and you'll find so much more love and like so much more potential of what this life could be for you.
Yeah, because after all this stuff that's happening in the world, and when we grew up, just I feel like there's always just walls. There's just constant walls of like, oh, I don't want to get hurt again, so I'm just gonna build up a wall.
Oh yeah, I've been through that too.
Oh yeah, no, I have. I've been through thoughts of suicide. I've always almost tried to, but it's like it's stuff like that that really we need to become awakened.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Absolutely. I absolutely agree with that. I feel that we find the light in darkness, and there are some of us who like we need to like reach our lowest of lows in order to realize our power of choice. Like I had to keep choosing what was not good for me in order to finally wake up to like be like, okay, this really hurts. I don't want to do this anymore. But that's like a version of waking up. It's like I can't think this way anymore. Like I don't like being sad. I don't like being depressed. I hate myself. I need to change this. And I would not have woken up to more of myself if I haven't gone through those kinds of like challenges, like with relationships or even with family. Like I've tried killing myself too, suicide, and I was in a mental institution, all these different things, and struggling in school with my health problems. Like I wasn't even able to interact with other kids my age, and I just spent a lot of time with myself. But I'm thankful for all those things because I wouldn't be as in tune with myself if I didn't go through those lows with myself.
I think it's when you realize that you are in a constant cycle, and that you're like, wait, something needs to change. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep going in this cycle. I think that's just a really big part that helped me. And I don't know, I just, like I said, I like to, or like you said, you like to be open to new experiences, and I do too. And I don't want to constantly be in a cycle. I want to always be, well, not always, but I want to see what the world always has to offer.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of shit out there. So
Yeah. And it's exciting.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
yeah, like this, like Zzyzx.
Yeah. Zzyzx.
Yeah, I definitely want to try to do this podcast in different places every time, so that other people can see too. I mean, I know some people can't actually physically be there because, I don't know, they're halfway across the world, but that's the beauty of internet, man. I'm so grateful we live in this age where you could see anything that's happening on the other side of the world just at your desktop or laptop.
We're
And
so much more connected.
I feel like that's the reason why we're all slowly becoming more awakened too, compared to other ages, is that the information is so accessible on the internet.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's still a little bullshit here and there, but it's up to your intuition
And discernment.
Yeah, and discernment to realize what's good for you, or feel what's good for you, what's best for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep hearing, do everything for your highest and greatest good. And I kept fucking it up when I kept trying to say it to my friends, but now that I get into the repetition of saying it, I'm like telling it to myself in my head, and everything has been amazing. Oh, wait, hold on. So Perris is all about manifesting. Perris has manifested a lot of good shit in the past month.
Yeah, every single day is manifestation of something.
What's your most exciting thing that you've manifested so far?
Oh geez, there's so many. I would say manifesting a private jet within the hour of me having to get back home was pretty crazy.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, I feel like that was one of the one of the most interesting, like, abrupt ones that has happened to me. Yeah.
So so what exactly happened? Like, I know you went on a jet for free, but like, did you just show up at the airport and somehow ended up on a jet? Like,
No, so actually, okay, so my mom works for an architectural firm, and she knows, or like her boss, he rides in a private jet. And so she actually got in contact with the people who give those flights. And like, I was posting on Instagram and stuff. She was like seeing what I was posting, and I was like, my ride bailed, so I have no way of getting back home to Vegas. I was in LA at the time, so I needed to like get a ride back to Vegas soon, or I was just gonna spend more time in Los Angeles for who knows how long when. And then she hit me up and she was like, hey, I asked if the people who give those private jet rides could like give you a ride, and then she said they can.
yeah.
Yeah, so an hour before I was supposed to, I got notified an hour before they were just about to take off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I had to like scramble, get my stuff, and like get an Uber all the way from Pasadena. I had to get dropped off in, I don't even remember what it was called. It starts with a V.
But you made some amazing friends.
Yeah,
the pilots.
yeah, I made some amazing friends with the pilots. Shout out to Chris Honia and Anna. Yeah, those were my pilots who were driving the plane, and they let me dance while they were riding.
You danced to level up.
Yeah, I danced to level up. I was like, while we were
watched
like
that
20,000
vlog,
feet in the air. It was pretty cool.
I watched it like 5 times.
Yeah, I literally leveled up in the air. It was cool.
Yeah, so you say you want to fly more.
I do want to fly more.
Do you? I mean, I know you're pretty much a free spirit like me, but are there any places in mind where you'd like to go to?
Oh my God, I want to go everywhere. But I guess the places that are at the top of my list are like any one of the sacred sites. I really want to go there, meditate,
Which are?
connect more. Oh my gosh, the pyramids of Giza, like Machu Picchu, Easter Island. It'd be cool to go to the Bermuda Triangle, but I don't think that's like a actual place.
I don't think that's a plain destination.
Yeah. But more destinations, I really want to go to like London, the UK, or I think Japan would be on the top of that list. Yeah, I feel like I'm from Japan in a past life.
Me too.
Yeah. So I feel like I need to go there. I feel like I'd learn a lot. I would unlock a lot if I went there. Yeah.
So what exactly, I mean, past lives kind of, the term speaks for itself, but can you just define exactly what a past life is?
Okay, so a past life is, well, a life that we've experienced before this one. But diving deeper into what a past life is, and also depending on what other people's belief systems are of time, for me, I kind of see time non-linearly, in the sense that like past, present, and future, they don't exist. They're human constructs that we've created to kind of define this experience of time. But through meditation and stuff, I've kind of like looked deeper, and I kind of understand past lives to be more parallel lives. Like these are simultaneous experiences that where our consciousness is connected to, like different versions of ourselves that are happening in parallel realities. So what happened in the past is really, it's still happening now, just like right next to this reality. And then right next to that reality is another dimension of existence where that version of us existed. And then, yeah, does that make sense?
Oh yeah, no, that does make sense.
Okay.
I'm like 2 months in this journey, and so I feel like I'm taking in a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, and I just spurred out a lot of stuff too.
You do.
So.
No, but that's why I love it, and that's why you're here. And I'm just I don't know, I'm just so grateful that I'm here at this point now where I want to do something like that, or I realized like this would be such a great outlet for people to learn more and to be more conscious. And I don't know, hopefully that it'll answer some of people's questions that they have, or questions maybe that they've never asked, but they're like, oh shit, that makes a lot of sense, because that's what I'm going through right now.
Yeah.
Every single thing that I keep learning about, I'm like, oh, now I know how they're connected.
And it's beautiful too, because like, again, you're questioning everything, and that's beautiful. And the people who are going to listen to this or watch this later, I also highly recommend that. Like, question everything I'm saying, question everything Rosemary's saying, question everything that you're saying, and just like keep diving deeper and deeper and deeper.
Even if it sucks.
Yeah,
if it seems like it sucks.
It's an infinite exploration, but the more you just build that relationship with deeper parts of yourself, again, it's worth it, because it leads to a life feeling more fulfilled and, again, in your own heart space.
Sorry, I'm like checking the levels.
It's okay.
Ooh. Audio makes me so nervous, man. That's the other thing I was like, I wasn't kind of like hesitant, but I was like, am I ready to do this podcast right now? But I'm just going to do it and then learn from it. So if your audio kind of sucks, I'm sorry.
It's fine. Me too. But we're also recording audio from the GoPro. So
oh, yeah. GoPro gang.
If anything, and the GoPro audio is actually pretty decent. I was surprised, so.
Yeah. Oh, wait. And a question. So how do you feel when people label you a certain thing? Like, for example, when people label me as a videographer, in my head, I go, no, I'm more than that. How do you feel when someone's like, oh, this is Perris, he's a dancer. Oh, this is Perris, he's very blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, for me, I used to be very kind of anal about it, but now I've learned to I just understand, and it's okay. For me personally, what matters most is that I understand that I'm infinite. And over time I came up with the idea that I'm an artist of life. I can't really define myself to one thing, because I love every single thing that I do. I love to dance, I love to do parkour free running, I love to create films and do photography and just expand myself in every creative way that I can, because I just love to express myself. But it's hard to tell other people that I do that, so I just say I'm an artist of life.
Yeah.
And that is fine to me. And it's funny because I'll meet certain people and they only know me for one thing. They only know me for oh yeah, he's a locker. Even in dance, there's different categories of dance.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Perris, he's the locker. I'm I also b-boy in house.
Yeah,
but it's okay. Yeah, I lock. Nice to meet you.
You're like, yes, that is one part of me.
Yeah, I think it's cool to see that there are so many different. When that happens to me, I actually think it's kind of cool. I actually appreciate seeing that there are a lot of people that know of me in different versions of me, different things that I do. So it's kind of cool that I guess my creative exploration is acknowledged for its parts, as well as the whole when they get to know me more. And yeah, it just allows for me to connect with them more and how I think and all that stuff too.
Did you used to, did you, I mean, I have this thought, but before, did you used to question, man, why do I just bounce around in different things? Why can't I just stick to one thing?
Yeah. When I was younger, I was diagnosed with ADHD, but now I call that attention to higher dimensions. So, yeah, I just, quite brutally, honestly, I just get bored of things very easily.
No, I do too.
Yeah, so
I get extremely bored.
Yeah, I always have to shift and move and do different things and just stay inspired in different ways. And but what was cool about that was, now I'm at a point to where I've done that so much to where I've just developed all these skills that I can utilize in any way that I want to manifest the reality that I want to, or manifest telling the story that I want to, whether it be through my movement or through my speaking. Speaking is also an art form, I feel.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's what I'm working on.
Yeah, through my speaking or through a photo or through a video. And yeah, I just feel limitless. I feel that we grew up in a society that also taught us you just have to choose one thing.
Yeah.
Just be good at one thing and that's it. For me, it's why not be good at everything that your heart
wants to be
good at?
Yeah.
Why can't we do that too? I understand the power of just solely focusing on one thing, but I don't know. I also feel that in some ways that can also be a little bit limiting to what we're so infinite, basically, and yeah.
Yeah,
so
I feel like we all have so many abilities. It's just we don't know it's there, because if you are stuck to one thing and aren't really exploring anything else, then how are you going to know that you have that part of yourself?
Yeah, there was a random time I signed up for random singing lessons just because I felt like learning how to sing. I took 2 of them, but now I have a whole new dimension of appreciation for singers and how they use their voice and the anatomy of the voice, and yeah.
Yeah, I just love all art. And it took me a while to realize that, I grew up in the sciences, so I was like, maybe it's me. I appreciate science and all the things that we're doing with science, but it didn't feel right. And I was just like, I like doing photos, I like doing videos. Yeah. And then, of course, when I grew up, they were like, oh, you can't make money being an artist. And I'm like, here you go, Mom. I have a job in what I do, in art.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just about I don't know. I think it's amazing that we're growing up to teach this future generation of it's okay to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
There's a fly.
Yeah, I see it too. I'm like,
So I was like, yeah, the parents nowadays, or more parents nowadays, are raising their children of do whatever you want, explore whatever you want, and whatever fits with you, go for it.
yeah.
And just go like full force.
Yeah, and just saying that too is also like kind of supporting of like what you asked earlier. Is like, is the world raising its consciousness? And like just that, like even parents, yeah, they're starting to be more open. And it's like there are things that we don't understand, and I don't know everything, so explore.
Yeah,
And
just explore.
I love that too. Yeah.
Mom, explore. I'm just kidding. I love my mom.
All with love.
I used to fight so much with my mom. And because I always questioned everything, and everything she told me that I could, everything that I wanted to do, she told me was like, no, you can't do that. Because she grew up where like skateboards are for guys or karate is for guys, so you can't do it. But I was just like, oh man, Mom, I can't do this. I must get away from you. So yeah, that's another thing too. Like, do you feel like it's hard for people to become awakened when they're in a constant environment of telling you no, no, no?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And with my own family too. And I love my family. I love you, Mom and Dad.
I love Jane and Daniel.
Yeah, but there were definitely some struggles with me, like learning and finding myself, learning like what I really wanted to do, and also kind of turning off all the noise of other people's expectations around me. And I feel that a big source of those expectations that kind of flood our minds when we go through our awakening process and embracing who we are as people is our parents. And so, but over time, like, I feel what the moment that really changed for me was when I got a car. That's when I was able to start driving, and when I was able to leave the house whenever I wanted to and have have my own alone time. That's when I really started to build a stronger connection with myself, and also give myself that patience and that time without anyone else's expectation of like needing to have the answers for them. It's like I needed the answers for myself. And like I would drive to in Vegas, there's these views where it's just like on the outskirts of Vegas, you could see the city, and I would just drive there. I'd play my music, like ambient sounds, and just like meditate.
Did you go to Sunrise Mountain?
I don't think I've been to Sunrise Mountain.
No, on the east side?
Maybe.
I want to go there. Let's go there.
Okay. Yeah, I've probably been there. But like it's those times where I really was able to like turn off all the noise. Like even just going to Joshua Tree, like we got the chance, every single one of us got the chance to turn off the noise of our lives back home.
Except the guy snoring.
Except the guy snoring super loud. And really just spend time with ourselves again, and with other like people, and be present without our phones, not talking to people on our phones. And yeah, it was great. Yeah, turning off the noise of other people is just really important, even if it's your family, like all with love. But
and it's okay to turn off your family.
Yeah,
like it really is.
Yeah,
a lot of people are like, no, I can't leave my family. But I'm like, if they're toxic for you, yes, please leave your family.
Yeah. And it's that self-love. Like if you make that choice to go off in your own space and to really listen to yourself, and just everyone just be quiet, I need to listen to myself for a little bit. That's that self-love. You're putting yourself in a space where like you're going to be at your highest and best afterward. Like once you give yourself that love, then you're going to be happy and thriving and manifesting things, and then you can bring that positive energy back to your family. Then that's when you can make change. You can't make change if you're in the same area of that toxicity, because you're
in a cycle.
Yeah, you're caught up in that same energy frequency. So we need to leave those spaces sometimes to get different ideas, different inspiration for different ways of thinking. And then when we do that and like expand our minds elsewhere, we can come back with that knowledge and wisdom and healing that we've had for ourselves, and then share that with other people.
All within.
Yeah.
Wait, there's something. Oh, so expectations. I feel like my mind is just everywhere. And I had a feeling this would happen when I started recording.
That's great. Now it's going organically.
Now it's like, I don't know where I'm going. But yeah, going back on expectations, I feel like expectations are a really big reason of why people just are denying it, or just like really skeptic about it, I guess. Because maybe, for example,
about what specifically?
Just skeptic about, I don't know, just the awakening in general, or just the dimensions and all that, because we can't really see it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you expect something and it doesn't happen, you're like, oh, then it must not be real. But the fact, I have a problem with expectations too, even though I'm trying not to. I'm really trying my hardest not to, but the fact that you have that expectation just pushes it further back.
Yeah.
And that's like the biggest thing that I realized this week. But yeah, so even though we're talking about awakening, don't expect to just be awakened, but question everything and be open to anything is like the biggest thing.
Yeah. And also, like, when it comes to awakening, again, it doesn't always have to deal with like different dimensions or anything. It's like awakening to your own spirituality. Like, I feel like that's an important thing to talk about, is like, what is spirituality? For me, I feel like spirituality is simply the practice of being yourself. Like, I may talk about things like different dimensions and all that, but really when it comes down to it, it's like, what resonates with you as a person and what helps you live a more fulfilled life? Or for me, it's like exploring like expanded dimensions of this physical plane, like seeing spirits and ghosts, and like all those things for me were relevant to me and tools that have helped me dive deeper within myself. Now for other people that might be religion, for other people that, because I know people who are Christians and Catholics and who are just amazing, beautiful, open-minded people through Catholicism, and that's completely okay too. But yeah, and the expectation thing too, if one wants to awaken but has those expectations and has all that skepticism, it's also important to nurture that skepticism. And that goes back to what you were saying again, that question everything. Nurture that skepticism and find your own answers. Like Google is amazing.
Yep.
YouTube is amazing.
Google is amazing, and YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh man, oh no, I forgot the thought. Every time you're speaking, I'm like, oh my God, that's something that I want to talk about next, but then...
Yeah, sorry, I say so much.
You're not talking a lot. It's amazing.
Okay.
But I'm just like, this is why I have a hard time in conversations. That's why I was so quiet in that circle last night, because I'd much rather be in a server. Oh, I remember. Don't compare yourself to other people when it comes to I mean, just in general, but when you're hearing our stories about awakening and our experiences of like, oh, like Perris can see spirits, it's like, it goes hand in hand of expectations and comparison. Like, because he sees spirits, don't expect yourself to see spirits, because then it'll never happen. Just whatever is best for you will come for you.
Yeah. Everyone does have that ability, though. I do believe that, if you are interested in going into that exploration. But yeah, continue. Sorry.
No, I totally agree with that. I can't wait till that happens for me. Let's see, we're at 41 minutes. What other topics do we have here? Ooh, my battery's at 5%. Let's see. Think of a topic.
Okay. Well, also another thing that I would like to say is that like all these stories again, like I'm a reflection of the people who are listening to this, and so is Rosemary. Like, we're different people on different parts of our journeys, but like we're all connected in some kind of way, and there's things to be learned by recognizing that we're all reflections of each other. And all the stories that I share, simply see them as their stories, and what your stories do. They inspire us, they get our minds going, they help us think and question things even more. So whether or not anyone believes that I see spirits or ghosts, whether or not anyone believes in different dimensions or anything like that, what matters is that I told the story. I shared with you guys my energy. And if you're open to receiving it and to like diving deeper into what I'm sharing, then that has helped you in your journey. Like realize more of what you prefer, what you're interested in, what you're fascinated in, what you're drawn to. And for the people who aren't drawn to it as well, it's like you've also learned more of what you prefer. Like if that's totally not your thing, it's totally not your thing, and that's completely okay too. These are all stories, and what's most important is that we just share them anyway. We just be ourselves, and that's what I'm doing.
And that's, for me, that's the biggest reason of how I learn. Like, whenever I hear stories from you, I learn more. Like, for example, what happened last night. I learned everything that happened for that last... beep.
It's okay.
Beep, you know, that like beep where you're just like, oh, awkward, just kidding, cut.
Yeah. This is amazing because like there's going to come a point in time where you're going to be so natural at this, you're just going to be able to talk. And so this is the first episode, and then watch like the 100th episode, and you're going to be like so comfortable. You're going to see all your growth.
I will be eloquent. After 100 episodes. I'm just kidding.
No
expectations.
Like 5 or 3. You'll be
no expectations. Well, I am working on my speech though. Shout out to Kim, president of my Toastmasters club, aka the person, Miss. I don't even. She does a lot. She's a really good friend of ours at Karma Connection.
Love you, Kim.
I love you too, Kim. See you in 2 weeks. Actually, Kim might be my next episode. So if you have any questions for her, I believe she's a channeler, does energy work, does tarot readings, does galactic readings. She does a lot of stuff. So if you have any questions, please comment below. I'm getting used to the whole comment below, like, and subscribe type shit.
Is it going to be posted on YouTube?
YouTube and various podcast sites that I have yet to research. So yeah, look out for that. Also, this episode may or may not be releasing later, like from the date that we're airing it, because I'm teeter-totting of like recording a couple more first and then start rolling them out. Because I do have that problem of saying that I'm going to start something, like for my vlog.
Yeah.
I'm going to start vlogging, and then I release 3 episodes, and I'm like, well, I feel like a flake now, but I had that experience, and now I realize that I don't like vlogs, so it's okay. But yeah, no, I really want, I don't know where I was going with that, but I really want this podcast to be a very, not long-term, but a very ongoing project that I don't know, I just want to connect with more people and share more stories. And the reason I started this podcast is because I feel like not a lot of people talk about this openly, well, unless you know that a person's into it.
Yeah.
So if you're behind the screen just watching this, I feel like people are more inclined to just, I don't know, just sit back and listen rather than be in conversation. And it's more organic. Like, I'm fucking up over here, but
You're doing amazing.
I just feel like whenever I read stuff on that's in writing, on which is still amazing, which is still an amazing art form and amazing resources, but seeing a face, like having it be more personable, is just something I would prefer. So hopefully you are enjoying.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna like study myself when I say this, study my emotions and all that. I've learned so much about myself from vlogging.
Yeah.
As a spiritual practice. As
Documenting.
A spiritual tool. Yeah.
That's why I love documenting.
And this is basically what it is. We're documenting this
Conversation.
now moment and this conversation and how we feel right now after this beautiful trip. Thanks to you.
Oh my God! I'm just so glad that everyone came together. So last night I had a little, I don't know, it was a little awakening moment. But last night I realized, so there's 6 of us total, including me, on this trip, this camping trip that just happened. And I was sitting there just, by myself, not really saying a word. But then I realized the reason why I'm here is because I'm meant to bring people together, to have these experiences, to further their spiritual exploration. So I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, I'm so happy. I want to do more of this. So yeah, if you want to come on a fun spiritual journey with me, let me know.
Yeah, and I think I'm meant to bring people together too. That's what Artist of Life is. I have a YouTube channel as well where I do that. Yeah, share my stuff.
Yeah. Oh, is it 45 minutes? Should I make it 45 or should I make it an hour?
I don't know.
I'm like,
the sun's going down. I don't even know if we could be seen.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Actually, we should probably check this GoPro. So I'm filming this on the new GoPro 7. Ooh,
shout out to GoPro Hero 7,
okay,
sponsor.
shout out to GoPro Hero 7. No, it's pretty good. Still pretty good.
Yeah, it'll get darker. But
it will get darker.
Can I get this later too?
What, this file?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Because mine died. Yours is hooked up to a power bank. Mine
Oh,
died,
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's okay.
Shout out to Mophie Power Banks.
Sponsor us. Just kidding.
Sponsor us.
Just kidding.
Oh, man. Oh, shit, I'm peeking. But, yeah, I'm just really excited to meet other people who are definitely way further in their journey than I am, so I can learn from them, and so anyone who's watching this can learn from them, because you're definitely way up there.
Yeah. I don't think it's in levels either. I feel like we're just in different parts of our journey. Like, it's not like, oh, you're higher or lower than me. It's just we're exploring different aspects, and there's some things that we could learn from each other when it's divine.
Yeah, that's true. See, this is why he's on here. Question everything. See everything in different perspectives.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of which, I wish we could drone, but we can't because it's a national.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But
I thought you
it's
said Zzyzx was okay to drone.
Yeah, but when we were driving in, it said Mojave National Preserve, so I was like, just kidding.
Okay, I feel that.
Yeah, that's why
no
I haven't
drone
really.
shots this trip.
Yeah, that's why I haven't really been droning. I literally flew it twice, and it's been like 3 months since I've had it. But it's okay.
Yeah.
It's a fun toy.
Not meant to happen. It helps us be more present too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's another thing too. We had no service. That
Loved
was
it.
amazing.
Oh my God, I loved it. I'm so sad that I have service now. Honestly.
Literally.
Yeah. It's like we're plugging back in, and we're going back into the illusion.
Mm-hmm. To all the societal stuff that's
Yeah.
like coming down on us.
Yeah, but we've learned a lot from this trip, and once we go back to society and the illusion, we have a little bit more of ourselves to bring back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully help others. Help ourselves and
We
help
will.
others.
We
Yes.
will help others. We are helping others.
It's true. Did I say hopefully? I meant to say will.
Yeah, I am helping others.
I am helping others.
There you go.
There you go.
I am. Everything you say
Ooh,
after those words.
One thing
powerful.
that Mikey told me the other day, shout out to Mikey, who was on this trip. He like texted me one day. He's like, yo, instead of waking up saying I have to, you should wake up and say I get to. And I'm like, damn, I'm actually saying that every day now.
It
Because whenever,
changes,
yeah.
And that neurolinguistic programming, words are powerful.
Yeah, everything's powerful. But yeah, I was like, just that one word. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's why I really want to work on speaking too, because sometimes, like, hopefully, I didn't mean, like, in my mind I didn't mean hopefully, but my mouth just said hopefully.
Yeah.
It's just that connection of just like,
Yeah.
Woo.
And for me too, like sometimes I slip up with words like that, but the more conscious we are of our words too, the more control we have of our reality too, the way we perceive things. Like, I am healing, I am growing, I am sharing.
come to Toastmasters November 7.
What's that?
The thing that I talked about that Kim's president.
Oh yeah, do that.
Actually, if you want to come, it's free for the first 2 meetings. But yeah, that's so. This is supposed to be about like spiritual and stuff, but yeah, Toastmasters. I really feel like there's so much potential in that for me because they really make you more aware. Like, for example, I said like. They make you more aware of when you say like, ahs, ums. They make you. They're very supportive. Every time somebody comes up to the stage, they clap. And they explain to me and to the guests, they're like, when are you gonna get a time in your life where people just clap for you? And I mean, for some people, never, which is crazy. So the fact that there's that system, that the love is there. Oh my God, I don't even know these people. In the first meeting I went to, I was like, oh man, these people are beautiful people.
Yeah.
So yeah, come to Toastmasters if you like to work on your speaking.
Speaking.
That's a new word I just came up with. Speaking. If you want to meet great people, and just if you want to be around great people, just in general. And yeah, I somehow manifested that too because I wanted to get better with speaking.
Yeah. And the moment you thought that, and the moment you manifested it.
And it's funny because she told me about it during a reading.
Cool.
It was something totally different, off topic, and I was like, wait, I want to come. She said she was going to talk to people there, and because I questioned, I was like, wait, why can't I come? I want to come.
Yeah.
Then I just went, and you just go, and just do it.
There's a power to saying yes to an opportunity that presents itself to you.
Oh yeah, I try to say yes to almost everything, unless I feel like it's not going to really serve me.
There's also power in saying no.
There is. There is. And it's okay to say no. And I used to be a person who always said yes. Especially to gigs. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. How long was that? How long is this?
We're at
It's pretty damn dark.
52 minutes.
We're 52 minutes. I think that's a good ending.
I think that's a good ending.
Yeah. And it's getting dark.
Yes.
So, where can we find you, Perris Aquino?
Okay. Social medias.
Oh, yeah,
So
social medias.
Instagram at I am Perris, and also on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Perris Aquino vlogs. There I have, my vlog is called Artist of Life, where I just share my life. I'm probably going to post a vlog of this whole trip too, and that's going to be fun. And I just love to share myself on there too. I do live streams, connect with people all over the world, with spirituality, consciousness stuff, and learn a little bit more of who we all are every single day. So,
Yeah. I can't wait to see that vlog.
Me too. We're all artists of life. We're all artists of how we choose to live.
Yeah. Oh, and one thing, do you feel like we're all artists?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whether you're an artist of science or an artist of math or an artist of paints or dance or free running or movement or film or photography, all of it's art to me. In my reality, I live in a world of art.
Yep. I totally agree with that 100%.
Even spirituality and the way I choose to live, that is an art form.
Yee. Shout out to Morning Dinner, because low-key I don't really listen to any podcasts. And I kind of got their format kind of from them.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have remembered to say, where can we find you, if I don't remember Keem saying, hey, where can we find you?
That stuff's important. Yeah.
But yeah, also check out The Morning Dinner. I love them. Keem and Chuck.
DJ Cricket.
DJ Cricket, yeah, her episode was amazing. 2 hours, man.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's
I'll
okay.
have to watch that.
It's well, when I started watching it, I was like, oh my God, it's 2 hours? I'm like, cool. All right, well, that wraps our first episode. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being you.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, as our things
it's kind of awkward hug, but whatever.
That was a very organic hug.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Love everyone who has watched this.
Until next time.
Yeah.
Episode 2. Bye.
Peace.